Basic Coatings offers a complete line of products that provide sports floor professionals with the best routine maintenance options throughout the year. In addition, Basic Coatings offers a number of product and application options to satisfy your annual maintenance and recoating needs. Wood sports floors need to withstand a great deal of abuse. Good maintenance procedures give sports floors the protection, durability, and beauty needed for peak performance. When routine maintenance no longer produces the desired appearance level, it will be necessary to move on to the next phase of the life cycle of floor care, interim maintenance. We support a few different game plans to recoat sports floors. This video focuses on the scrub and recoat process, which will prepare the floor for coating without the time and mess of heavy abrasion. Let's get started on the proper procedures for a scrub and recoat. Please note that auto scrubber use may void certain warranties. Check with the flooring manufacturer before using an auto scrubber and exercise caution if there are large gaps between boards, as water could get under the floor. When working with any cleaning chemical, remember to wear the proper PPE and be aware of all other health and safety precautions. Always handle chemicals away from the wood floor in case there are leaks or spills. Lastly, before starting any work, place the appropriate wet floor signs in areas where maintenance is to be performed. Thoroughly vacuum all entrance floor matting to remove soils and prevent them from being tracked onto the floor. A long-handled scraper or a putty knife should be used to remove stickers, gum, and other debris adhered to the floor surface. Using a clean, dry dust mop, carefully sweep the entire floor surface. Note: if the floor has been coated with an acrylic polish or wax, the floor has to be stripped or the polish or wax sanded off. See polish manufacturer's instructions for stripping. Before you begin and throughout installation, use a moisture meter to measure the moisture content of the floor and record the readings. These will provide a baseline for when to begin next application steps later in the process. Equip an orbital auto scrubber with at least 110 pounds of pad pressure with a maroon prep pad with a backer pad on pad driver. Dilute IFT cleaner, designed to deep clean heavily soiled floors and remove scuffs and black heel marks, at a ratio of 4 ounces per gallon with cool water in a mop bucket or an auto scrubber. Operate the orbital auto scrubber across the length of the sports floor at a moderate speed, ensuring removal of scuffs and black heel marks on the floor. Pay special attention to action-prone areas, such as the key and near the center court logo. Flip pads every 200 square feet, roughly down and back, overlapping slightly, and change pads after one flip. You may also consider laying out pads along your intended path in order to promote the correct usage rate. When complete, inspect the floor to see that all scuff marks have been removed. Repeat the cleaning process if necessary, or spot clean tough marks by hand. As residue from IFT may interfere with the coating process, it is necessary to rinse and neutralize the floor using squeaky cleaner. Dilute to the proper ratio with cool potable water and tack mop the floor, or use the cleaner through an automatic scrubber with a clean blue or maroon pad. Detail mop hard-to-reach areas and corners. The floor is ready to coat when new moisture readings are within 2 points of the original. Turn off ventilation equipment and apply any basic coatings water-based finish according to the following procedures. Always maintain adequate temperature and ventilation during all phases of the coating and drying process. During application, restrict airflow to help prevent premature drying. For two-component products, while stirring the finish, add the catalyst slowly and continue mixing for roughly 30 seconds. Allow it to stand for 10 minutes before use. For one-component products, stir well and proceed. For both one- and two-component products, up to 12 ounces of potable water can be added per gallon of finish for improved flow in hot or dry environments. Rinse your applicator and remove all excess water. This also helps to remove loose fibers. Pour the finish into a clean, dry plastic pour can and pour approximately a 4-inch wide line of finish along one wall with the grain of the wood. With the applicator at a slight angle, move the puddle line to the opposite wall, always maintaining a wet edge. Apply the finish at a coverage rate of 500 to 700 square feet per gallon. At the end of each pass, make a smooth turn with the applicator and squeeze out excess finish with the grain next to the puddle. Feather out any finish imperfections, and then proceed down the next line as before. On the last pull down the floor against the wall, make smaller applicator pulls against the grain away from the wall, and then feather with the grain as you proceed out of the room. Allow a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes for the finish to level, then allow increased and balanced air movement and fresh air exchange. after a minimum of 2 or 3 hours, under good conditions. Remeasure moisture content. If the moisture content is not equal to the first reading, allow more dry time. When moisture measurements are within 2 points of original, the floor can be recoated if necessary. Abrade between coats if the finish has dried for over 24 hours using a maroon pad or 180 to 240 grit sanding strips. Allow light traffic on the floor after 24 hours. When routine maintenance no longer produces the desired appearance level, it will be necessary to move on to the next phase of the life cycle of floor care. Interim maintenance will make your floors look better and last longer. When performed properly, it will extend the time between restorative maintenance. For more information, call 800-441-1934. Contact your local regional manager or visit basiccoatings.com.